This is CBC Winnipeg News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. 4 children are dead after a fire swept through a home in Thompson last night. 2 adults and a teenage girl managed to escape that blaze. CBC's Cameron McIntosh has more.
A small memorial is growing near what remains of the house. 4 siblings, 10-year-old Helen Joy, 9-year-old Big Bear, 7-year-old Rowan, and 4-year-old Thomas. All perished, trapped on the second floor as the house burned. Reached by phone, their mother's cousin says she's devastated.
They would welcome me with a hug and a kiss. They were really outgoing.
RCMP say they were attending another call nearby when they saw the house on fire.
When firefighters and police arrived, the residence, from what I've been told, was pretty much completely involved in fire.
A 13-year-old girl managed to get out a second-floor window. The children's mother and a man were in the basement and able to get outside, but not able to get upstairs.
The firefighters couldn't enter right away. They had to put some of that fire out before they could get upstairs with their gear, and basically that's when they located the kids.
The 4 younger children were taken to hospital. All succumbed to their injuries. It's unclear if the home had working smoke alarms. RCMP say it appears to be an accident.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation. It could be something in the kitchen, but at this time, it's too premature to say.
All rise.
In the Manitoba legislature, a moment of silence as the MLA who represents Thompson fought back tears, speaking of the tragedy.
I would like to ask the House to keep the family and the community in their thoughts and prayers in the coming days.
This hits the core of our heart, and it's going to take time for everyone to grieve, to heal from all of this.
A vigil is planned for Saturday evening. Cameron McIntosh, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Well, after a nail-biter of a mayoral race in Winnipeg last night, it has been a busy day for incoming Winnipeg Mayor-elect Scott Gillingham.
Here we go. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Gillingham sat down with Premier Heather Stephenson this afternoon. He was elected last night after inching ahead of former mayor and runner-up Glenn Murray. Gillingham says he and the Premier are ready to work together on key issues, including improving downtown safety.
I do credit Mayor Bowman and Premier Stephenson for improving the relationship. The relationship between the province and the city has improved over the last several months, and I want to continue to build on that.
Gillingham will be sworn in on November the 1st. Voter turnout reached a historic low in last night's municipal election. CBC's Cameron McLean headed out on the streets today to try and learn why.
Scott Gillingham and his supporters celebrated their victory last night, but the new mayor comes into office with the support of the smallest share of the electorate in recent memory. Just 37% of eligible voters cast a ballot in Winnipeg.
I mean, it's disappointing, but I think that it's hard to get the younger generation engaged. So I don't know if there are ways that we can try to get more people out to vote.
For some voters who didn't cast a ballot, lack of engagement played a role.
I struggle with nihilism.
Struggle with nihilism?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Why is that?
Well, you see so much political development, but not much changing.
Actually, I don't really follow the news that much. I will vote provincial, I will vote federally, but
municipal elections just don't interest you that much?
I didn't this year, no.
The perception that one candidate may have had a lock on the win might have also deterred voters.
One thing that really does increase voter turnout is when people feel that their vote has an impact. And I think maybe some voters just assume that Glenn Murray would win this election.
Of that 37% who voted, only 27% voted for Gillingham. That means he received support from only about 10% of eligible voters.
City of Winnipeg officials say they consider this election a success based on the lack of concerns raised and how they were able to accommodate voters who wish to participate. But with only support from a fraction of the electorate, Winnipeg's next mayor and council are going to have to work extra hard to make sure they're representing the will of voters. Cameron McLean, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Close to 400 delegates of the Ukrainian-Canadian Congress are gathering in Winnipeg this weekend. They've come from across Canada for the group's triannual Congress. They kick off the events with a wreath laying at a monument honoring Ukrainian Canadians interned in Manitoba during the First World War. This year's gathering is unique because of what is happening in Ukraine.
For the last year, we have been consumed with the war in Ukraine. The last time we met as a group 3 years ago in Ottawa, none of us imagined that our homeland would be invaded, that there would be a genocidal war being carried out in Ukraine.
The Prime Minister will attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. Delegates will also elect a new leadership this weekend. Early childhood educator students can now get a tuition rebate of up to $5,000 per year. More than $4 million is being pooled by the governments of Canada and Manitoba to offset the tuition costs of students who are studying to become early childhood educators. To qualify, students must commit to work in Manitoba's childcare sector for 2 years.
I know firsthand that there are countless amazing childcare assistants out there that would make astounding ECEs, but are held back by the fear or impossibility of attending school due to financial restraints.
Students can retroactively apply if they were enrolled in early childhood educator programs in 2021. Applications will be accepted until March 31st of next year. Manitoba's newly appointed Lieutenant Governor has received this year's first poppy. Anita Neville was presented with the first poppy of the annual Royal Canadian Legion fundraiser this afternoon. The presentation sets the stage for the poppy campaign to officially get underway tomorrow in Manitoba. Poppies are expected to be worn on the lapels and collars of some 19 million Canadians this year. All right, here is a look outside tonight. It was not a bad evening out there at all. We are expecting more sunshine as we head toward the weekend. Meteorologist John Sauder is in next with his forecast. Stay with us.
This weather update is brought to you by Capital Ford Lincoln. 22 model clear out is on now.
Hope you had a chance to get outside today and enjoy this late October warmth. It is going to last through the rest of the week and on through the weekend into early next week. A little bit of cloud around in the evening. That clears out tonight. Friday is a really bright day, not just in southern Manitoba, but across much of the north as well. Not much cloud to be had at all in the afternoon. A little bit across the central part of the province. We do get some cloud in overnight Friday into Saturday. Saturday starts with some cloud here, but then we clear as the next low pressure system starts to move across the northern prairies, and that'll affect northern Manitoba Saturday night and into Sunday with some more snow, likely about 5 to 10 centimeters. Overnight lows tonight in Winnipeg staying above zero. We'll be at 4 degrees in the morning in the sunshine, and then once again, just like today, the winds do pick up out of the south. A high of 13. Beautiful weather for the Bomber game on Friday night at IG Field. We're 12s and 13s on the weekend again, and 13 on Halloween on Monday. And then later on next week, we could start to see certainly cooler weather, but some snow likely around Thursday, Friday time frame. I'll keep watching that system as it develops.
Sounds good. Thank you, John. That is your late news for this Thursday. Thank you for being with us tonight. We will see you tomorrow at 6 and 11. Have a great evening.